Recording in progress. I am coming to you like this is breaking news, like this is tea. I am also telling you right now, pay attention to this whole video. This is not clickbait. I am coming to you on some truths and just trying to get this information out there, because literally the last 24 hours, I have been called by about 3 cousins so far. And I will let you know, this is one of the biggest issues that consistently comes up, um, from people who are moving abroad. This is not a Rwanda issue. This is an issue for people who are moving abroad. And the issue is how to make transfers from your US accounts to the account that you have here. So I'm going to walk through some of the step by step. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of this is in my course. So call this a tidbit or whatever, what else like that. I authentically am here to help people. The relocate to Rwanda.teachable.com course is there to help you do everything step by step. Once you're in the course, if there's information that I haven't provided, you can shoot me an email or whatever. I will create it if I have access to that content. That is the disclaimer. So I want it to be known that pretty much people in my course know this already. People who are just watching YouTube don't really know this. People who've consulted with me know this. But now, in order to help you, I am going to try to give you as much. I'm also going to put another disclaimer. I am not a guru or anything else, and I'm not selling anything affiliate wise. I guess I should say that. I sell myself, baby. Yes, I'm worth more than a package of gold. But what I am trying to sit here and say is that this is what I have a personal opinion on, but I want you to at least know so you can make your best decision. This is the conversation regarding keeping your money. It is a serious conversation, especially if you're looking at large account transfers. So if you're talking about $200 here, $1,000 here, you don't have as much worry or pain. Your biggest stress is going to be the amount of money that you're charged in order just to get what you need to get. But if you're looking at buying land, if you're looking at putting down rental amounts because of how it's asked, big amounts, it's a headache. And you need to know it. Number two, I'm going to say this, and I know one person who's watching, and I'm saying it to you, do not think you know everything. You don't. And also, even if you have transferred money before while you're in the US and do it again, it doesn't mean it's going to automatically be the same. Things just change and they change. So let's get into the details. Give me time because I'm going to talk through this whole process. If you are still stateside, you need to immediately set up a consult with your current bank, whoever you're banking with, and you need to walk in and ask some of the following questions, which, let me say, I wrote an article in my Cousin Connection. I already gave you this, but you need to walk in and ask them, number one, what is the process? No, let me take that back. Before you even walk in, you need to make sure you're talking to an account specialist or the manager of the bank, not the teller. You need to set up an appointment. The tellers are only going to tell you what they think they know. They don't know everything. You need to talk to somebody who has time to sit down and walk you through the processes so you can see if this is a process you like or not. Number one, what is the process for a transfer from this account to an account internationally, for example, and use your country for one? Number two, what is the process of making sure that, like when I say what is the process, not only is like what does it look like, what does it take? Must I be here in person to initiate that transfer? Is that transfer limited to a special amount, like only 10,000? What must happen? Will you accept a power of attorney? Will you accept an online only initiative um, transaction? All of these things have happened, you guys. Number two, how long is it cleared for? Meaning, once I make this decision, is this the rest of my life? Is this only good for 2 months? Like, what do you have? Do not think that the fact that a lot of banks like, oh, I know you're going to visit this place. Don't think that that's enough to constitute you making these large transfers. No, they just are not going to block your ATM or that piece, but not the large transfers. More information is what is your charge rate? Is it a percentage of the transfer or is it a one-time fee? Um, Three, do you have these same stipulations for US to US transfers? There's a reason why. Four, am I limited to the amount of money I'm transferred per day? Am I limited to the amount of money I'm transferred per month? I was going to say, what else is there? I think those are your big ones, but those will start those questions. You want to get as detailed and as intact to understand what is their policy. Now, here is your biggest headache. People want to fight me all the time. And I'd be honest with you, I don't have time to fight. There's other things to go on. So I allow everybody the opportunity to be right. Credit unions are the ones that have the most regulation and rules when it comes to international transfers. You have to ask your credit union specifically point blank what that means. When I've been doing the work over here with the cousins, it has hands down been credit unions that cause the biggest headaches. Credit unions may have a limit on how much they transfer per day. They may have a limit on how much they allow to be transferred per month. They may have a limit on how to transfer. These are all real conversations I've been in. Like we had credit unions who only let you transfer if you were in the bank personally. They did not allow for online transfers or phone transfers internationally. I've had credit unions who did not let their websites or servers be seen on somebody else's internet, so you had to use a VPN. I've had my credit union not allow the use of my power of attorney in order for work to get done because I was still alive or whatever. Like it was just whatever it is. You need to go. So if you have a credit union now and you're like, but I love my credit union, my credit union is this. If you're trying to look, you have to sit down and have those questions and then decide or determine, do you want to put your money in something else or do I want to, like, what are you going to do? This is a real conversation. Number two. Oh, we're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. Now that you know that you have to have these conversations, do know that wherever you're moving to, you're going to have to create an account. And you want to be able to create an account in your local currency and your USD currency. You want to know that wherever you're moving to, can you at least create an account in USD? The reason why is, once again, your transfer going back to your bank. It is much harder to transfer from USD to Rwandan francs. And not that it's impossible, the amount of money that gets lost in transaction is crazy because of all the charges and changes. So it's easier to transfer from USD to USD, wait for a decent currency rate exchange out here, and then I can transfer it on my own. I can hold that money into what I need to do. So You need to make sure that you can pick up a USD account. When I was in Dubai, I did not have to have one because their currency was heavily recognized. But this is where it's going to go into the next part for you. You just need to know like what those options are. Here is my advice, because you can. I am not getting paid from these people. I should be getting like at least an affiliate amount or something, but I don't. I use and have recommended and seen people use the account system online, which is Wise. I'm going to share that now. The reason why I say use Wise is because Wise is an online system that was really created for expats because there was so much drama going on. The cheap, fast way to send money abroad. The way Wise works, which is TransferWise, is that Wise will give you online, they set up what this is called a multi-currency account. You can manage your money across 50 currencies at the real exchange rate, and you also have a debit card, money transfer. Let me just go into Wise a quick. Wise will basically use this housing online system and create for you bank accounts. For those who want to know of it, you can have a Chinese bank account, you can have a Euro bank account, but the key reason why is they give you a US bank account, which means you have a US bank account number. They give you an address, they give you everything. So it seems as if this account is in the US. Now, remember before I just sat there and said that some banks will go through all this extra drama because of an international transfer. They don't do this for domestic. That's where Wise comes in, because Wise will turn around and give you a domestic account number here. And then you can set it up. And so you can get your bank to transfer the money, not to you here in the Africa, in Rwanda. My bank does not transfer from there to Rwanda. They transfer from there to Wise. I probably pay like 57 cents or maybe $1.12 to get my transfers out of the bank to my account here in Wise. Once I'm in Wise, it's kind of housed right here. This is the second part of Wise. It's housed here and is kept kind of like in a money jar. I then can tell Wise, this is a separate transaction, to put my money into my bank accounts in Rwanda if they're USD. That's why I have a USD bank account. So I'm just going to say I bank at Access Bank. So I then input my Access Bank code here in Rwanda, put my name and all that information, and it can hold it. So I only put it in there one time. And then when I get my money here, I then send a transfer to Access Bank. And Access Bank then gets my USD account, and I have my money here. That is what I do because, one, they work cheaply. The rates that I get charged here is nowhere near the rates that I've gotten charged before. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Hold up. So this is an example here. Let me say if I'm going to send USD here. Let me say if it's going to let me do USD here again. No, because this is where they're doing the currency exchange. And I'm trying to, that's what I'm going to do. Let me see if they do Ghana. Yep, they do the CD. So we'll do the CD here. They do not do Rwanda francs at this time. So if you notice here, you're going to have to do a bank debit fee, which is $1.60. Then their fee is $7.31 total. this is how much you would get into your CD account, and you are at 8 hours. CD is much popular. It's one of those transfers. Um, so this is kind of how this works. You could say versus banks here. Another one that I do a lot is dirhams. You guys don't have to do that, but I'm telling you right here, yes. Ooh, the rates are high right now. I was much better than that 2 days ago. Um, I would actually see how it works to show you. Wise for me is a staple part of what I do. Um, the other piece of it is that it's a great phone app. It's great security. They have awesome customer service. Awesome. I've actually queued in some transfers incorrectly. Customer service, I didn't even know. They didn't even let it go through. They came back, talked to me, asked me what I want to do. They were very, very customer friendly. And I've actually seen some people who've done some stuff and they called them or emailed them to say, hey, what are you trying to do? We just want to make sure we're helping you the best way. How do we make this work? We need this additional information. You need this verification. Um, it gets to a point now where I don't even give out when people are trying to pay me for something or whatever, I don't even give out my US account information that I have at home. I use the Wise so it can gather all that stuff. And it also takes out one of the steps when I give people this account of the transfer process and rates. I'm talking foreign to some people because you don't understand all you have to do with transferring. For some people, they're like, no, because you understand there's so many different ways. Now, people will constantly tell you, I'm telling you this, people will constantly tell you, oh, I get my money this way. I get my money through Western Union. I get my money through what is that thing? World Remit. I get my money through here. I get my money through there. You can choose any way you want to receive your monies. You authentically can. I'm not saying Wise is the only way. I'm saying Wise is what I use because in the business sense and the things that I had to do and the amount of money I have had to see transferred when I bought my land, those kind of things. Wise has been the most supportive in all of those things for me. Also, depending on what you're doing, you get charged different rates. You have to be careful about that. Also, like for me with Western Union, which is also very popular, I don't like walking around with that amount of cash. So those are things that I don't have to do because Wise is simply bank to bank. So I'm going to go back because, like I said, this is not a commercial for Wise. In fact, let me show you how much it's not a commercial. You have World Remit, you have Western Union, you have MoneyGram, you have your regular bank to bank transfer, you have your mama and them, you have ATMs, you have so many different ways you can get money. However, I'm going to tell you, the first 3 months or 4 months, wherever you're someplace, you're not going to pay attention till you start getting hit with charges. Legitimately, I ran my credit card for like $60 to spend gas. I ran my US credit card and I got an international not transfer fee, international fee of $5. And that's when I was like, I ain't running it no more. Like, I'm not spending $5. That's a whole coffee. So if you want to buy me a coffee at J Essence and help me with my $5 transactions, I appreciate it. Buy me a coffee.com/J Essence. That was such a good plug. Shout out on that. Smooth. But this is why this conversation is important. In the comments below, let's just talk. If you have other ways to do things, please give them to people because the more information you know, the better you're going to be to grow. And that is what I'm all about. Now, I want to say it one last time. Think through. And the one thing you rather have is an answer. I'll tell people, I want you to at least create the Wise account because you have You have access. You have something. Create the Wise account, do a transfer, see what works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you need to be above this before, because the worst thing you can do is be on this side of the world trying to call back. And let me tell you what, I'm going to tell you what really irks you is to call your bank internationally if you're using minutes or whatever and be on hold. And I've done it. That's me and the IRS. Like, these minutes cost player. Like, it irks. So you want to try to have all those conversations before. Okay. I hope this helps you. This is your girl, J Essence. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm going back to sleep or grabbing cappuccino. Buy me a coffee. Bye.